In the last episode of my Minecraft single player Let's Play series, I built this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Now, I'm challenging myself to make an even busier episode, and I've only got 5 days. Today is day 0, and it is 4 a.m. I'm quickly running to grab my clock and my books so I can get prepared for this day. Between episodes, I've made a few things. I've made a wheat field. I've drastically increased the quantity of villagers in this village just by putting more beds in their houses. I've neglected to finish the terraforming, and I've expanded my storage system by quite a few chests. In this episode, my goal is to solve quite a few of these problems. First, I'm gonna finish the terraforming and add some water. Then, I'm gonna make an apartment for all these new villagers. And finally, I'm gonna make a storage system somewhere around here. It's 4 a.m., so I'm gonna make like these villagers and go to bed and get started tomorrow on day 1. Day 1 and 2. Terraforming. So I'm just mining some dirt for my terraforming job, and I've happened across the most curious thing. How did he get up there? Somehow the terrain generated like that, and then he spawned up there? So I don't know how much dirt I need for this terraforming job, so I'm just out here in the plains. Alright, so I'm gonna get building, but before I do that, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna make. So first of all, there's this entrance right here. I want to widen it up and add a path. I want this beach area to be a little bit bigger so I can put in some more details. And then I'm going to make more cliffs all the way along here and all the way along here. And they should resemble, you know, generally what this looks like. I'm gonna get started with just this simple entrance part because that'll be pretty easy, and then I will check back in. So I'm taking a quick break to show you guys my general process for terraforming if you want to learn from me. I don't know. So if you look at this, I have this general shape in here, a nice cliff. And how I created this was by creating little balls of rock. So as you can see, this one that I'm building right here, it just looks like another ball that I just added on to this side. And then I do that again. I go back over here and I add a ball over on this side. And all of these balls kind of come together to create a more formed shape. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I got the general shape done. Here it is. Pretty simple. And it's just this part over here. But I figured now that I have this shape in, I could do a little bit more of detailing on camera. I'm just gonna make some glass panes, collect some honeycomb, make some brown dye, and make some candles. Some brown candles. Let me make a couple more. Okay, so first I'm gonna turn some of these blocks into some coarse dirt. And then I'm gonna place 2 glass panes like this and put a brown candle on top. So there we go. Now we got some, whatever these things are called. Just nice to have a little more detail near the water. I want to clarify that I am no geologist. I don't know how rock works. But my general idea is that there's layers of different rock. So that's why I kind of kept the diorite in like a little line. So I'm just generally trying to keep each type of rock at the same Y level. So diorite is only going to be there, you know, around that level. Andesite's only at a certain level, all that kind of stuff. With texturing, I find it's really just about having some sort of random nature to it, but setting some sort of rules. For instance, a rule for this part could be, I want the tuff to connect in a way to touch each other, but then we can have these occasional diagonal pockets. And in these areas, that's where we put the next block, which would be mossy cobblestone. Okay, well, there we go. I did end up adding in a little bit of diorite towards the top, and honestly, I really like how that looks. I think it makes it pop a whole lot more, having that just brighter tone right towards the top. Now that I've shown you guys my process, I'm going to finish all of this, and I'll come back to you once it's done. think the best way to show off this improvement is with the boat tour. Before, we weren't able to boat through this area, but now we are. So as you can see, right here, I added some cliffs and stuff. There's details down here too. But you kind of go through these 2 tall cliffs and you enter into this larger cove, and I'll have my base and stuff over here. I think it looks pretty cool. One thing I will note is, yes, the shrubbery and the bushes I'm still not a fan of, and I want to add trees to make this area to feel a little more claustrophobic, if that's the right word. Another thing over here, obviously I didn't do anything with this. I figured it works for now. I'll fix it later. It is now 2:29 a.m. of day 2, and I think we can officially check this off as done. Day 3 and 4, the apartment. Being completely honest, I came up with a design for this apartment during day 1 and 2. And you would hear this and think, hey, that's good. You'll have ample time to complete it. No, it is so big and requires so many resources. Let me explain to you my resource collecting journey. First, I went and chopped down thousands of trees. Jungle, oak, spruce, bamboo, azalea. I need a lot of wood for this build, inside and out. So, I got a decent amount of wood. That's it. Second, I went into the mines in an attempt to collect tough stone, cobblestone, and dripstone blocks, but I unfortunately got distracted by the ridiculous amount of diamonds I found. Cloak, yeah! Oh. I went mining, and honestly, I got a lot more resources than I really need, so I'm just gonna throw them in my little pit. Next, I went to collect some moss and maybe some stone in the process, digging a hole with just moss, bone meal, and a hoe. I ended up getting enough moss and stone and cobble. Would you look at that view? My goodness! I haven't had the time to appreciate just exactly how this looks from this angle, and oh my word. It looks pretty good. Alright, well, with all the resources collected, I believe it's time to start making this apartment, and I think you guys are really going to like it. It's done! And it looks great. I bet you're saying to yourself, Shoeler, that looks really good. I should have got that. Shoeler, look over there. I'm joking. Give me that. What? Give me that. My build. I'm joking. If you're a fan of B00-100, you might pick up on the fact that I'm taking some inspiration from his build style, and, I'll admit it, I am. I'm really proud with how it turned out. I made sure to stick to the colors of the village, using primarily, the stone, oak planks, and then, the oak loggy colors, which I think turned out pretty freaking good. I've never done this before, but I also mixed some moss into these leaves and stuff. And I don't know, I think it just gives the leaves a better texture. It breaks it up a little bit. Do keep in mind the build exterior is not fully finished. I still need to cement it into the village. There's a major difference between that house and this apartment building. It's going to be more like I'm cementing this village around this building, because this is going to be the style for a lot of buildings. And then these guys are just going to eventually be ripped out and changed. I'm looking to make a semi-modern city here, just more modern than this type of village. And I'm going to rebuild pretty much every single one of these houses, just rip them up, change them into something different. and then also make buildings for all of the professions, because I want the village to feel at least a little bit realistic. I want to be able to visit a library to talk to a librarian, or visit like a farm to talk to the farmers to get, you know, books and golden carrots, instead of just trapping them into one room, which I think is, it's a little lame. I will point out that yes, the back and the side are incomplete, but I have good reason. See, I want to put some more buildings like this on the same street, maybe connected. We'll see, but I'm just leaving it unfinished for now. Now I'm going to give you a little tour of the inside. So we have this patio for these bigger rooms, and we have 4 beds in the big rooms. You know, some bookshelves and stuff like that. It looks nice. I will never go in here, but it looks nice. And then we have these single rooms, which are also decorated. The inside could still use a little work. Not everything is finished here, but I think I'll just do that between episodes. I just wanted to finish one floor so I could give you guys an example of how it would look. And then it's just going to look the same everywhere else. I'll probably move in everybody in between episodes too. I think it's going to be really funny to see all of the villagers pathfind to their beds at night. Just like a huge swarm of them. But that's going to do it for this. Dare I say, this build is done? Day 5. Organization. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have a colossus-sized problem. It is 8 o'clock of day 5. I have 2 hours to get this storage room finished if I want to truly be busier than I was in the first episode. You know what? I can't record this lead-in while not being productive. I gotta go over here and I gotta start working on this. The only reason I'm trying to do all of this in just 5 days is because I did all of what I did last episode in just 6 days. And so I figured, oh, I'll do 3 things in 5 days, and that will be impressive. 2 projects in 1 episode would have been fine. I didn't need to do 3, but I set this challenge for myself, so there's no turning back. So it's been about an hour, and I've dug a little cave into this, hill, and I've started carving out the spot where I'm going to be putting all of my chests. Now, yes, I do realize that carving a huge cave with only iron tools is not a great use of 4 hours, but it's gonna look so cool when it's done. Trust me, please trust me. Okay, so about an hour has passed. I put in some beams, put in all the chests and some item frames, and I figured out how I want to organize it. I'm gonna just put a bunch of items into these item frames. Stone, stone. Cobblestone, cobblestone. Grass, grass. Boom! Got the entire thing set up. Now all I gotta do is move all of my blocks over. I got about an hour and a half left. Alright, well, I finally finished my sorting. That's right, I'm quite an organized fella. We got a lot of different things here. Even I got lights. I did not neglect a single thing. I got clay, lights, redstone, terracotta. I got all this stuff. I am very organized. Fortunately, I managed to finish everything in time. The terraforming, the apartment, and now the entire storage system. Unfortunately, I do not have enough time to actually do the rest of the decorations in here, so this is what I'm stuck with for now. Once again, this is another thing that I will probably do between episodes. I want to thank you all for sticking all the way to the end. I am very proud of what I managed to accomplish in just 5 days, but honestly, I need a break. So just a warning, the next episode will not be as busy. But yeah, if you enjoy this episode, please do consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. I'll be making episodes no matter what, but if you stuck around to the end, you might as well subscribe. Seems like you liked it enough. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I'll catch you all later.